Winter operations at the Grand Canyon start Thursday, just a couple of days away. The North Rim will be closed until May. That means you will no longer be able to make an online reservation for the Mather Campground. Reservations will be available only on a first-come, first-served basis, though, and shuttle bus operations will be different, so check before you go. And that's a hike I would like to do, go from rim to rim. But obviously now is not the time as temperatures begin to drop big time. And that chance, of course, for winter weather impacts that part of the state. That really hasn't been the case, though, for much of November. It has been a very torchy one throughout the state. Right now, temperatures quite chilly up in the high country there at the Grand Canyon and Flagstaff in the lower 20s. Same in Heber and 27 in Show Low. Window Rock down to 24 currently and 39 in Safford. But as you head toward the valley into the west, temperatures starting off generally in the 40s and 50s on this Tuesday morning, the last day of November. A wind speed's fairly light here in the valley at 3, a little breezy in Sedona now at 18, and 6 in Bullhead City. The winds were pretty breezy there yesterday. That could be the case again later today. Here's your drive time forecast. If you're about to head out this morning, a cool morning with temperatures currently in the mid-50s, but by lunchtime mostly sunny with temperatures already in the mid-70s and once again reaching the 80s as you head home from work on a warm drive home. And we're talking about the possibility of record-setting temperatures at least heading into December. Now today, calling for a high of 81. That's shy of the record set back in 1949. Tomorrow, though, we are calling for a high of 83. That would tie the record of 83 set back in the 40s, too, for the first day of December. And then for the second day of December, we'll be shy of the record, but calling for a high of 82. The record's still 84, set back a few years ago in 2017. It's all thanks in part to this powerful ridge of high pressure that's been just parked over the southwest over the past several days. But starting this weekend, it'll finally slide a bit to the west, and what that's going to do is allow for a few disturbances to generally move in from the northwest, which will finally, at least for the time being, cool things down starting next week. Still above average categories, though, but we're calling for highs eventually in the 70s, not the 80s like today here in Phoenix. Calling for a high of 81, 59 in Flagstaff, 57 in Heber, 58 in Show Low. As you head to the west, temperatures topping out in the 70s and even 80s there in Bullhead City and Lake Havasu, too. And in the valley, those highs will be in the 80s in Cave Creek, Fountain Hills, Apache Junction. Again, a warm end, a toasty end to November with highs 10 to 11, even 12 degrees above average for this time of year. And around Arizona, sunny to mostly sunny for the next several days. Highs in Flagstaff remaining in the 50s and lows in the 20s. Show Low close to 60 degrees each and every day. Prescott generally in the upper 60s and lower 70s. And in Sedona, we're going to stay in the lower 70s for highs. And that 7-day forecast for the valley and for the high country looks like this. We'll stay in the 80s through at least Thursday, and then finally cooling down gradually into the upper 70s by Friday into the weekend and early next week, too. Those highs still above average, though. And in Flagstaff, you'll be in the 50s for a while, too. Highs also remaining above average with lows on the cooler side in the low to mid-20s. But the forecast does remain mild to warm and dry for the next 7 days throughout the state.